Hello, Girl Scouts. My name is Melissa Green, and I'm with Girl Scouts of Central Texas. I'm located in Waco, which is often considered the heart of Texas because it's kind of in the center part of the state. Today, we're going to work on the Ambassador College Knowledge Badge. Now, this badge is near and dear to my heart because I helped create this badge and worked with GSUSA to bring it to you so you can earn it. One reason I created this badge is before I started working for Girl Scouts, I was a college professor. I know as a college professor what type of students I would like to see in my classroom and what type of students I want to see achieve in the world in the classroom. And you Girl Scouts are definitely that type. So this badge was created with you in mind so you can succeed in your academic career and be that great student that all professors would love to see in the classroom. To do this badge, you're going to need a couple of things. First off, you're going to need an item with the internet. Pretty easy. A laptop, some type of computer, a tablet, or your phone. I would suggest using a computer or a tablet so you can have a bigger screen and have multiple screens open. It's easier than using your phone, but if you've got your phone, it's fine. Also, I would suggest getting some type of paper and pen or pencil just so you can jot little notes down as we go through this process. Now, with all GSUSA badges, no matter what level you are, there are always 5 steps, and then there are 3 choices under each step. Today, we're going to go through steps 1 and 3. However, I'm going to go through multiple choices under each of these steps because with this badge specifically, I think it's important for you to look at all the choices and at least consider them personally because they're going to help you as you prepare for your future academically wherever it is you may go. So let's get started. Step number 1, explore your options. Where do you want to go to college? That seems to be the number one question that starts to get asked to you as soon as you hit high school, and especially by the time you're a junior or senior. Where are you going to go to college? Are you going to go to college? Of course, this badge really looks at the first question, where are you going to go to college? And this step is going to help you really help narrow that down. So let's look at the choices that are under these steps. First off, where? And I don't necessarily mean where college-wise, but what city your college is in. You need to look at the location of that city. Where is it compared to your home? Is it close? Is it far? Is it a big city? Is it a small city? Also, the cost of living in that city. Ultimately, you will probably live in the dorm for a while, but you may like to get an apartment or rent a house or some duplex on your own. And the cost of living for an apartment in a huge city like New York would be way more than the cost of living in an apartment for a place here in Waco, Texas, where I live. Also, things like food cost more and gasoline and your utilities. So things to consider as well. Distance from home. How close do you want to be to your family? Do you want to be able to go home every weekend or a couple times a month so you can do laundry and visit your parents and grandparents and friends and family from home? Or are you cool with maybe being somewhere halfway across the country or halfway across the world and just be able to come home maybe for big holidays? Also, another step is transportation. Do you drive? Do you ride your bike? Do you walk? Do you rely on public transportation? If you're someone that relies on public transportation, then you may need to look at a school in a bigger city that has a public transportation system so you can easily get around by bus or subway, train, whatever is available. Location, distance from home, cost of living, transportation, all part of choosing where you want to go to school. Now, let's look at the next choice on this badge, which includes looking at your interests. What things do you do now in high school that you may like to do again when you are furthering your academic career in college? Are you a part of some club or organization that you can still be a part of in college, or find a similar organization? Are you interested in joining a sorority and being with other girls and having a sisterhood in that regard? Or are you someone that really enjoys sports and enjoy following your school's sports team and want to be able to go see a school that maybe has a great football team or basketball team, and you want to be at those events? These are all a part of things to look at when it comes to investigating your interests in college and comparing those to the previous choice of finding your place. All of these things are intertwined as you choose which school is right for you. Now let's look at the final choice under step 1, which is comparing your programs. As you are trying to decide where you want to go to school, the next question you're asked most often is, what do you want to study when you go to college? The whole, what do you want to be when you grow up? That question happens a lot. So the best way to look at this is look at different schools and see what programs are offered. For instance, say you want to be a teacher. A lot of schools offer education programs where you can get your teaching certificate or license depending on your state. But not all programs are the same. So look and see, especially if you want to teach something specifically. You're interested in being an art teacher, special ed, or deaf education, whatever it may be. Look and see what is offered through the colleges of your choice. Let's say you want to go into a field like biology when you grow up and you want to be a doctor or maybe just a research biologist. Lots of schools do offer biology as a major, but not all of these schools are the same. Let's say choice A has a professor that is won a Nobel Prize or has some great research out there and created something amazing. And school B, which you also like, which has a biology program, has great professors, but maybe not as acclaimed as school A does. Does that matter to you? Do you want that to look good on your transcripts down the road when you're looking for a job? These are things that you need to consider. And so as you research which school you want to go to, look at details in the program, who the teachers are, what they've done, things that they've made that have maybe made the world a better place. And let me tell you, colleges will share that information on their website. So look at these things and see which school has the best program for you, and that'll help you narrow it down. All these things about step 1 culminate in you using your laptop and making that list of your top 3 schools. You know what schools you're interested in by now, probably. And it may be schools that are in your community, schools that you visited or heard of, maybe a friend or someone in your family has gone to, or maybe you're just interested in a school because you like their sporting teams and you've watched them with your family. That's fine, but choose those 3 schools, your top 3 favorite schools, and compare and contrast these things. Finding the location and going through the steps we talked about previously. Looking at your interests, what types of clubs they have that you could be interested in if you attended there, as well as their academic programs. This will help you decide and narrow down your choices. If you're a list maker, this is the perfect thing for you because you'll get to compare, contrast, and say yes or no to whatever. If you're not a list maker, that's okay, but these are still important steps for you to consider as you choose your future academic career. All right, let's move on to step number 3. Make a financial plan. This may be the most important step for you and your family because college is expensive. We all know that, but it doesn't have to be. And there are ways that you can choose a college that's right for you so you can get the degree you want and the education you want without maybe paying an arm and a leg for it. So we're going to go through the different choices for step number 3, which is making your financial plan. Choice number 1 is looking and researching in-state and out-of-state tuition cost. A lot of students don't realize that tuition is more expensive if you choose a college out of your home state. There are additional fees put onto you because they're really trying to keep you in your home state. That doesn't mean that you should ignore it altogether if you have a choice of a school you like that's not in your home state. It's just being smart and seeing what the costs are. So as you're researching your schools, this may not be an issue for you. You may have all the options in your home state, and that's fine. But if not, it's something to look at. Let me also mention, if you're looking to go somewhere internationally, there are additional fees for that as well. So just something to consider as you're trying to figure out where you want to go to school and how you're going to pay for it. Speaking of how you're going to pay for it, let's look at choice number 2, which is finding out about scholarships. Guys, there are so many scholarships out there available for you. I would say specifically if you are a 11th grade ambassador right now, start researching. It doesn't mean you're too late if you're a graduating senior 12th grade ambassador, but some scholarships start opening really early. And so start looking at your junior year at high school. There are scholarships for everything. There are scholarships within your state, within your city, sometimes within your congressional district, scholarships are available. There are scholarships available based on your culture, your family's background, maybe your likes and dislikes. Some big corporations offer scholarships that you could just throw your hat in the ring for. And of course, lots of Girl Scout councils also offer scholarships. So check with your local Girl Scout council and see, 1, are there scholarships available? And 2, when the application process is for those scholarships. Another great resource is Girl Scouts of the USA has created on their homepage a list of various colleges and universities that offer scholarships to both Gold Award Girl Scouts and lifelong Girl Scouts, Girl Scout members. So if you did earn your Gold Award, there could be scholarships available for you at a school of your choice. And if you didn't earn your Gold Award, that's okay. There could still be money available for you as well. Go to girlscouts.org and you can find a list of colleges and universities that offer money for Girl Scouts, Gold Award Girl Scouts or member Girl Scouts. That list changes frequently, so check it, especially when you check to organizations that may be of interest to you and colleges you want to attend. The final choice on step number 3 is comparing the cost of public school, private school, and junior colleges. A lot of times, the idea of private school seems really scary, that they're very, very expensive, and some are. But know that thanks to various grants and scholarships and other types of financial aid you can get, sometimes a private school can end up being cheaper or just as affordable than a public school. It's all about what your family can afford. So don't just strike something out because you're afraid it's too expensive. Do these comparative lists and research these things to see what could be possible for you. So just like you did with step 1, with those 3 top choices of colleges that you have made, go through and do these things. Look at if there's in-state or out-of-state tuition based on where the school is and where you're located. Look at various scholarships that college offers and see if there's any that you may be able for. And then finally, looking at and comparing the costs of public, private, and junior colleges and see what fits yours and your family's financial needs the best. So during this video, we have worked on 2 of the 5 steps on the College Knowledge badge. I will say the other steps that we did not include, I think are not just important to complete so you can earn this badge, but require a bit of personal insight and family discussion. For instance, starting the admission process, that's going to be, along with making a financial plan, are going to require some family discussion. Where you're going to go, how much you can afford, should I apply, how should I apply, things to talk about with your family for sure. The other steps are going to require some personal insight and thought on your process. Who are you and how do you do things? For instance, looking at collegiate success preparation. How do you study? How do things work for you? Do you need to get a job while you're in college? All these things that can make you be a good student and a good person as you are going forth and being the best you can be in the future. And then looking at healthy habits. College can be extremely stressful. It's a lot, and it's the first time in your life that you're on your own and doing what you can do as an adult, as well as studying and being a great student and a great Girl Scout. So, what things are great for you and help you kind of release your stress? Is it doing some kind of activity like yoga or running or shooting hoops, going to a batting cage? What things like that can help you relieve your stress? Is it eating healthy? Is it baking? What things can you do to help you and make sure you make great habits while you're in college and you're furthering your career? Girl Scouts, thank you so much for joining me on this College Knowledge badge. Once again, my name is Melissa and I'm from Girl Scouts of Central Texas. Share your feedback and questions and what you guys have learned and done during this badge by tagging @Girl Scouts, and we'd love to see and hear from you. Until next time, see you later, Girl Scouts.